What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 13 different altcoins today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get started. I'm going to go over the list right now of the coins that we'll go over, and I will give shout-outs along the way. I will leave a list in the description with timestamps so that you can click through that as well. But watching the whole video from start to finish helps push the content the most, as does hitting the like button, so definitely do that. And then subscribe, of course, if you want to see more content like this. Enough shilling. Let's get into this. Okay, Render and KSM for DK Fu, HNT for Flower Child, Zcash for Jordan Bailey, ERG USD versus LTC USD for Jordan Bailey, ICP for Rizzo Surfing, Link for Everetta, PNG and QNT for Ike H, ZKML for Marcos Izquierdo, Frog for Steve, Jasmine for Muhammad El Mensi, Mana for User GL, and then that's it. That's it. Mana is the last one. So one last time, hit that like button and let's get started, guys. So looking at Render here, looking at it on a weekly basis. Is this the best chart to use? Is there? I thought there was more. See, I thought we were missing some. I don't know. It doesn't have me too excited. I mean, at least at the moment. I do have faith that you'll see prices up here at like $22 to $75, maybe even higher, and you're at $4.50 now, so that's nice. By the end of the cycle, of course, you're at your 50 on the monthly. This could be an area that you turn around and start to see some things getting bullish, right? Like around here at this area, that was the low. You know, here obviously bear market, you're a little bit different conditions, and you're underneath the 50. Whereas here you kind of found a little focal point right there as well at this low month, and then also low months here at the 50. Maybe you find one here at the 786. Pretty common procedure if you can't quite break out like this to pull back to your 786, 886 zone, even your 618. So I'm not worried about the price right now. From a low point to a high point, you're also really close to that 382. You could go lower and you'd still be fine, Render. You really could go lower and you'd still be fine. Weekly RSI is suggesting that you would go lower. Lower than this, I don't know about lower than the low, but lower than the current price, yes, I think so. And the daily RSI lines up with that too. So down it is. Let's just assume you're going down. And as far as this being the low or not, remains to be seen. I'd say there's a decent chance that you could go to $3. $3.07, $2.67. You're at $4.50. I would say that there's a very decent chance of that. It's at your 382, that relative long-term 382 as well. Low to high here. Yeah, right in that zone. Perfect. Literally perfect. Wouldn't be crazy at all, but we're not going to know until we see how you interact with this 618 area at about $4. So let's just call for that. I move down to $4. Let's see how you do with it. If you bounce off of it and you find significance off of it, that takes you above like 466. If you bounce off $4 and then the next day or over the next week you pull up and close a day or two up above 466, then I would feel confident this is your low, this was your higher low, you know. But if not, if you do something that's lesser, really, like breaking right through your 618 on the first attempt, breaking through $4 on your first attempt, finding support there, but then finding resistance on your 0.5 and going lower, or resistance on your 382 and then going lower, things like that, right? We'll know. I just want to see how you interact with this area, and I do think you're going to interact with it. So at least down. I don't know about a lower low just yet. Something to keep on the radar. But at least down from here, $4 is the price target. You're at $4.50 now. I'm fairly confident you're going to achieve that. So KSM is the next one. Kusama. Looks very similar, does it not? A lot of cryptos look very similar right now. Tell you what, this thing does not give me good vibes at all. That's a pretty dramatic new low there that you've set in the midst of a crypto bull market. A lot of volume though. Bullish divergence nodes. Technically not there, but I think that's okay. At a low point at the all-time high or all-time lows. Is that the all-time lows though? I didn't think so. Okay, yeah, that's right. I don't like it. I really don't like it. You have a chance, a very slim chance of coming out of this in a positive way. But if you keep bleeding, if you keep going down, it might not be good. And I meant it when I said it. I think that this does look similar, the readings do, to render, and it would suggest you go lower. So let's give it the same kind of circumstances, really. Interact with your 618. How are you going to do it, right? Are you going to do positive things or are you going to do negative things? 1538, this is 1538.3 dollars is the place to watch. We'd like to see something like this, right? You can dip into it and then dip out, whatever, that's okay. You don't have to bounce right off the 618, but just drawing it ideally here. Something like that definitely gets you above this line, and then especially above the 236. That's nice to see. You're not looking for something like this, right? Or going up to the 382 and then down. You're definitely not looking for something that cuts straight through, finds resistance on the 618, and then goes down, right? None of those things. So just because you find support does not mean you're out of the woods, but that's the first step to being clear, right? So let's just see how you do with that area. You might not even go down there. You could hold at 1639, 38, whatever, around there, around this 382. And if you do that, of course, that would absolve you of going lower as well. But I wouldn't feel confident that you're out of the woods with the bounce there until really you're above these highs here. That'd be my genuine interpretation. So 1538, it's kind of the area that I'm going to focus on right now. I think you're moving lower. KSN. HNT. Flower Child's wanting me to do the long time analysis on this. Like the all-time, maybe not the all-time, but the potential cycle high that we could see. Monthly RSI looks fine. Is that off the 40? A little bit above the 40. High to low. Yeah, I like it. You look very constructive. You know, assuming that this does see new all-time highs, this is your target area. Right? Very discernible high to low, very discernible. Showing respect on the 236, couldn't quite reach the 618. Very classic behavior. For this one, you know, it really depends on what you do with like 36 bucks up here. What you can do with that. Finding resistance on it is okay, but on the second attempt, do you find resistance on it or do you break out? Tearing right through it, of course, is great, but that's kind of your last moment of truth right there is $36, but we'll know that whenever we get there. We're at 656 now. Talking about where the all-time highs could be, $163 to $631. If we go to CoinGecko, it's worth $1.1 billion right now in market cap valuation, 1.1. The minimum target would give it about a like 25 or probably like a $27 billion market cap, something like that. That one might be a little bit less likely, though possible. I do accept it as a possibility, especially because it's been through one bull market and one bear market already, like a full cycle of each kind of. Maybe not an entire full cycle, but enough of it, you know, and definitely a full cycle of the bear market. I do think it stands a chance of seeing prices as high as 631, but I would focus more on this, like probably around $300 area, if not like 160, somewhere in that zone. And it really does depend. I want to see how you act at the 618, 886 area, what you look like. You know, these numbers could change or maybe be more refined. I would assume it would be somewhere in this range, no matter what we do. But which one I'd be most confident of, I don't really know at this point. I'd probably just pick the middle one at about $300 there. But that would be my cycle finish prediction for helium. Which again, yes, those were taken from the current price. So not bad helium. And you're looking good on your weekly. You are looking good actually. You're postured in the right direction. Your daily RSI looks great. Yes, you have bearish divergence, I know, but I mean, not really anymore. Like you've pulled back already. You look great. This actually looks really good. Where are you going to go in the short term? I know you didn't ask, but you look so good. Wow. Oh my goodness. HNT, you might be the one, dude. It's so good. It's really good. Look at that, bounce right off the 618, right off the golden ratio of this greater fib. Right, like couldn't even reach it. That's really bullish. Finding resistance in your 618 zone, common, very common behavior. But dude, you're I don't know, man. If you let's say things are bad, Let's say things are bad and you go down. The lowest I'd see you going is to this 382, which is at about $4.83, something like that, right? 82 cents. $4.78. Okay, last number. If not, maybe you go to your 0.5, which is at 562. You're at 658 now. And that might happen. Either of these targets, somewhere in between, it might happen. That's very possible from here. However, you could also find support right off this 618 right now and just continue immediately up. You're at 658 right now. You could continue to prices that are at 830 to 950, 940. When you break out of that 950, 940 area, it's on to new cycle highs. Not new all-time highs, but new cycle highs up at like $16 or higher. You're at 6. It's nice, man. I would feel okay with buying here, right at your golden ratio for support. I would feel okay with it. 4 hour looks bullish. It could come down. It really could come down. I wouldn't be upset. If I was looking to buy helium, which I'm not, but if I was, if I had 100% of what I wanted to buy, maybe I'd put like 20% in it here, wait a day. 20% in there, wait a day. Like kind of, I think over the next 5 days or so, we're gonna have our direction picked out. And certainly if we broke out of this, like we got above, if we saw new highs, I'd probably just throw it in all up there. I'd feel more comfortable putting it all in at the top than I would right here, because then I do think you're going up higher, significantly higher in a short amount of time. Significant enough, right? Enough to buy a breakout. Like if you bought the top literally right there, I mean that's 12% to 26% over a very short amount of time. I think that's significant enough if you were to put like a whole load of something in. But as of right now, I'm somewhat curious to see what the price does. I have a feeling it might pull back down a little bit, but I'm not totally confident on that. So that's why I would really say, if I had no helium or even a little helium and I was looking to add to the stack, I'd feel comfortable buying here, but I wouldn't throw all of it in. I would definitely save a large portion to DCA into at lower prices, but get a little bit in here in case it does move up, because you never know, and then you're at least snagging prices at a relatively good. I do feel like it's going to go down though, but time will tell. And not too far down. I mean, not too far down relative to the chart, I suppose, but relative to the price, it's like a 14% to a 27, 28% move down maybe. Could happen. HNT, Flower Child, I like it. Zcash. Zcash here. And I want nobody to take offense whenever I talk smack about their coins, and nobody get all flattered whenever I talk good about their coins, okay? You never know when your head's going to be on the chopping block, okay? It's not a matter of favoritism, okay? I don't play like that. High to low. Breaking above the 236, looking good. I like, Zcash looks like it's in a breakout move right now, man. I cannot dispute that. Not a lot of volume though, and that's okay. But is it okay? I don't know. It's a new month. We're halfway through the month, so yeah, I guess that actually is a lot of volume, to be completely fair. Anyways, I like it. I very much do like it. I think you're on your way to this 382 right now, up at about $53. You're at 42 right now. Nice, good job. You look so good on your weekly, so good on your monthly. Phenomenal on your daily. Yes, I love it all. You could consolidate here, perhaps for the rest of the month, or going into the end of the month and then make that move up. It might not be immediate that you move up, but consolidate kind of like you did last time. This kind of behavior is really bullish stuff, you guys. Like that's awesome. You want to see that like stair-stepping behavior. And even if it's more extreme, like whatever, you're back testing previous areas of support, back testing a fib, that's okay. So if you go down, I would say as low as about $33.50, that's okay. It actually looked really good to bounce off of there. You don't have to, but the next target nonetheless is at about $53, $55, something like that. And then beyond, you are right now, I believe, in the middle of a breakout move. I have no problem calling for a price above $100, even $140 by the end of this year, let alone by the end of the cycle. Who knows what you do with this by the end of the cycle? Will it see new highs? Will it see new relative highs here? Will it just be a lower high? It's hard to say. This 618 area could be where you top off. Like, it's really hard to say. We're not at that point of deciding yet. Right? It's all just forecasting, and it's all forecasting regardless. But what we do have available in front of us, what we do know for certain, is on a monthly basis, Zcash And I'm going to put it 1 month back because here it's 0 months, here it says 1 month. I want to count all the months. You consolidated in this area for a year and 2 months, and this month you're breaking out. I don't think you're done anytime soon. I think you have several months, maybe even a year or so, of moving out, of moving up, right? Here you are in your downtrend, and you broke out this month officially, okay? Downtrend, you didn't break out this month. You were moving up from your low, sure, but you broke out this month officially. Let's take the low from there. Actually, not the low. That's not what we're doing. We're doing a time frame from the month that you broke out, right there, that month, to your high. That was about a year. That was about a year, the last time you broke out. And this was not a breakout. This was just a bounce. About a year that you continued to move up. You just broke out now, right? This month, not last month, but this month. And you got 15 days left. You've got about a year, man, probably. At least several months of moving up. Now, was it just constant year of moving up? No. I mean, I can draw a line that's best fit like that, sure, but you moved sideways for a little bit, right? You broke out, you consolidated for a while, and then you moved up. Okay, that happens. I mean, maybe you do consolidate for some time, but to be fair, with this move, you didn't really consolidate. You were moving down, you broke out, and then you consolidated. Here, you've already consolidated for a very longer amount of time than this move up was even going on for. So you could consolidate. It's normal behavior. I wouldn't think it's anything as long as this. Maybe a few months, maybe 2 months. But I'm in the camp right now for some upside. I already gave you my short-term stuff, and really, I'm going over this because I think this is very awesome for any person holding Zcash. Congratulations, guys. This is what a lot of like the cryptos that I'm holding. I'm waiting for this right now. This is great. If Bitcoin Cash is doing this, if Mana was doing this, if XCN, if Blue Zell was doing this, breaking out of its accumulation zones. I guess Blue Zell's not an accumulation zone, but I'd be very stoked, especially Mana. This probably closest resembles Mana right now. But anyways, ERG. This one's a bit weird. Okay, ERG USD versus LTC USD. And we'll use the LTC, sure, all-time history, and ERG, there's the all-time history there. So we'll just do that and put it in the chart. Mr. Jordan Bailey with the Litecoin charts. Something tells me he's wondering if he should buy Litecoin or if he should buy this. This does look pretty damn good. I gotta say, I like your odds of bouncing in this area, ERG. Weekly RSI is set up to be strong, but also you could go a little lower. Makes sense. You could double bottom off of this 618. Maybe you come down to about 1% of a Litecoin, of which you're at 1.15 right now. It'd be like 1.06, 1.07 actually. Daily RSI would suggest you go a little lower too. And the 4 hour looks bearish. So maybe a little lower you go. But I like the way this looks. Let's see. To be completely fair, looking at this for what it is, finding support on the 618, going to your 382, this sets you up to break the 618. So let's not count our chickens before they hatch. It's an unknown. Let's see what the reaction is with this line. You're probably going to go down to it, but do you bounce or do you cut through it? That's the question, because if you do cut through it, well, you're going to lose quite a bit of value. You're probably going to go down to 0.5% or 0.6%, somewhere around there, if not down to like 0.4, 0.38% of a Litecoin. This area. Right. So let's see what you do. I'm pretty confident that you will find support here, but let's see what you do. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch, because again, this coming down to your 618, bouncing off your 382, and then breaking through it is a very, very common thing to do. I don't know though. If you're in like some kind of uptrend, I don't know. If you're in a greater phase, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be. Let's see. Jordan Bailey, request this chart again if you've closed any given week below 1.07%. If you've done that, or even like a 2 or 3 day period below there, let's talk about it again, okay? But my thoughts are down for the meantime. As far as what you do after this area, I'm not convinced one way or another yet. I want to be optimistic, but something about this, just giving it a more kind of in-depth look, I could see this going down lower, like all the way down here, like in this area. That could be your grand finale, and then up. But anyways, that's that. I hope that helps. I hope that's what you were looking for, or at least gave you stuff that entertained you. I don't know. Let's see. ICP from a low to a high. Right off the 618 yield golden ratio, looking great. Similar conditions, actually very similar looking kind of circumstances, huh? Lower. I definitely think it's going lower, yeah. Right, yeah, you got a lot of volume back here, but what have you done with it? Why aren't you going anywhere? Why didn't you go up? Anybody who's waiting on this volume, back here, these few days, okay, cool. Yeah, I could get why you're jacked about it, but now, I think you're going down. Best case scenario is you form some kind of weird triple bottom. Maybe you form some kind of lower low or a very direct double bottom. Maybe this is your higher low here. It's possible, but I really do think you're going to go lower. Yeah, I'm very confident that you'll go lower. Let's call for prices at least down to $6.08. If not, $5.27. This is a very similar move to the last one. Again, 618 to your 382, very common. And then down to your 786, 886. So ICP could be moving down to 355, if not 434, somewhere in that area. It's very possible. And the weekly RSI wouldn't disagree with that at all, actually. So time will tell. Time will tell. Link. Chain link. Let's see. What am I getting here? Hold on. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I got a bunch of messages from the wife. Okay, let's see. And it's all good. It's stuff that I will respond to in a second. I don't need to do it right now. Low to high on a weekly. Finding resistance at your 1272. I believe this is exactly what I said I didn't want to see, right? And now that you have closed below it again, yes, I'm quite confident you're going to interact with this 1618 again at about 892. Hopefully you find support there and then move up. If not, we'll see you down at about 785 for a slightly lower double bottom look. And if not there, you're going to go below 660, man. I don't know if I like that as a possibility, but man, this is a perfect head and shoulders pattern. Well, it's not actually. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's kind of slanted, but it's weird. It's actually not perfect because you do have a low on the right shoulder that's lower than the left shoulder, and then you have the high of the right shoulder that's higher than the right shoulder as well. It's actually not perfect at all. It almost looks perfect though. And if it were, let's just pretend, okay? The head's kind of big too, to be completely fair. $2,272. Right there at about 656. I don't know. Maybe not though. I do believe at least 893, if not 787, if not 656. Down is my thoughts on Chainlink. Yes. Prove me wrong. Get above these. Get above there. Get above 1084, and I'll be wrong. I would rather be wrong because I hate seeing Chainlink do bad. I know people personally that own Chainlink. I know that there's people in my Discord community that hold Chainlink. I don't like seeing it bad. I want to see it good. And I think it will do good by the end of the cycle, but I just think for the time being, it's probably moving down. It's just my genuine thoughts. As are a lot of cryptos. It's okay. We're getting to the exciting point of the market, right? But right now, sometimes right before it's the most exciting, it's very boring or even testing, very trying. That is a clean bounce off your 382, a very clean bounce off of this previous resistance point as well. pangolin. I don't mind your daily RSI. I guess I don't like it, actually. I like what you're doing right now, though. If you can get today to close green, I think that this would be nice. If not, you're probably going lower. I'm going to stick with it. I actually do think you're moving down to 21.7 cents. I want to see what you do there because you might be moving up to this 236 at about 31.16 cents. But down first. A little bit down. Just a little bit. Down to that 382. Down at about 21.6 cents. 21.7 cents, something like that. PNG down and then up. Down a little bit, up a little bit more, right? Or, yes, this, because all the way up to this 236, that's right. All the way up to like 31 cents. I think you're at 23.2 cents now. You'll move down to about 21.7 cents. And then you'll move all the way up to about 31 cents after that. That's my thoughts on PNG. And probably higher. Probably higher as well. Oh, actually, Ike, you wanted me to talk about the all-time high predictions for PNG. This one's kind of hard to do because it is so new. Right? I don't have like all of the history available. And I don't know if I trust gate.io. That's okay. We'll use MEXC, but I don't know if I trust this high either, right? And you're finding significance here. That's kind of nice to see. So I mean, maybe 384 to $16, $3.84 to $16 could be your potential highs for the cycle. That'd be anything from like a 16, 17x to potentially like a 70x right there. But it doesn't have to stop there. PNG has a lot lower of a market cap, if I remember. Yeah, 50.5 million. I mean, this thing could go all the way up to its 2272, which would be a insane growth, man. Wow, that'd be a 1000x. It could. A 1000x, just to put it in perspective, right? A 10x is 500 million. 100x is 5 billion. 1000x would be 50 billion. 50.5 billion. I mean, that could happen. It's possible. I don't think it will. I really don't think it will, but it's possible. Is the thing, right? Certainly a 100x or a multi-100x is possible if a 1000x is possible. So, as far as all-time highs go, to answer your question, man, I don't know. I don't have enough data to give a confident answer. At least $4, I would say. Past 16 is very possible, but does it happen? I don't know. Maybe it does. I wouldn't hold my breath on it, but I wouldn't bet against it. QNT, this one might be a bit easier to guess because we have a lot more historical data. Yeah, I'm not going to take that low though. So for the end of the cycle, and considering we just keep finding new cycle lows, I'm not under the impression quant is going to see new all-time highs this cycle. But I do think it could move up to $252 to $326. That's my thoughts. It's at $61.7 right now. If I'm wrong, $800 to $1,800 is on the table. But with this behavior, how you're doing this, I think that you'll move up to here. Maybe you'll get some kind of double top or a slightly higher high and then drop. But at this point, I don't really see you getting above $500 by the end of the cycle for quant. And I hope I'm wrong because I know a lot of people hold quant too, but I don't know. I like your RSI. I think that's your low. I do think you're moving up. Daily RSI looks like it wants to go down. So a little bit lower. Probably interact with that $58, $59 area. And then move up from there. Quant. And I could be wrong, man. I don't know. I really could be wrong. Maybe it goes up way higher than I think it will, right? Dex screener. Come on now. What are we doing here? We're doing ZKML for Marcos Izquierdo. Down we go, Marcos. We just can't catch a break, homie. Down we go, man. Bad RSI. Bad interactions with the fibs. Lower you go, and it's not just lower as in from the current price. It's lower as in lower than this low here. Lower we go. 9.3 cents awaits. We will see you there. That one was easy. Unfortunately, yes, I very much do think it's going lower. I know we're waiting for a pump. Just might have to wait a little bit longer. Frog. Right. This is another one. Frog on deck screener. You wanted me to do it on ETH, is what you said. Well, that's this one here. 27K versus $493. Yeah, I guess that's better. So 27K in volume. Very low liquidity. But volume's not liquid. I know. But, dude, if it's got low volume, it's going to have low liquidity. Right? I don't like it. I don't like it more. I don't like it. I would stay away from it. And at the same time, it probably moves down one more phase. And that's where it goes. Come on now. 618, 1618, the golden extension down here. One more phase down. And then it has its leapfrog. Probably, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't like this thing, man. I'd stay away. I would really stay away from it. Looks like all the people that got in early got out at the highs, and there's no interest in it at all now. So I would just stay away, personally. But lower first if you want to get in, probably lower, and you'll have a chance at that. It's in the negatives. It wants to go to the negative, so that's not accurate. Because you can't go negative. It's actually not possible, right? I don't know. I don't know, but you're gonna hit 0, and then come. You can get this stuff for free, and then it'll come up, and you'll still basically get it for free at these highs. But I would just stay away from it, man. It's really not even worth talking about, in my opinion. No offense, my friend. Jazz my. It's just my altcoin, man. Let's see. 1.9 cents, low to high here. 382, monthly view, weekly view. Looks like poo-poo. Oh, the weekly had so much hope, and it's been tarnished. Oh, it looks so bad. Yep, Jasmy's going lower. Probably. Is it going lower than this low? I don't know, right? Just lower than the current price. I love doing that. I love having people think, oh no, it's going lower. No, I just mean it's going lower. It might do this and then go lower. Who knows? You do have a nice setup for a head and shoulders kind of pattern here. Time will tell. It's not the pretty. I don't know. I guess that doesn't look too pretty. This could be your head though. This like little weird area. I don't know. Maybe not. Either way, though, 382, if it breaks, you break 1.5 cents, 1.553,452 cents. You break that line there that you found support at several times, and just now, we'll see you down at $0.0079 or $0.0065, somewhere down there. Okay? So hold that line, but something tells me you are going lower. Maybe not lower than this low. Maybe not. Maybe just a little bit lower to the yellow line, maybe. But, and actually I want to delete this. I would at least think somewhere around 1.845 cents, if not lower. That's my thoughts. Jazz hands. Mana, el piste de resistance. I don't know if I actually even pronounced that right, but it's what they say in cartoons, or at least cartoons that I used to watch when I was a kid. Anyways, guys, let's get this going. Mana. No. Nope. That's not what I meant to do. Low to high. Maybe just this high. 25.75. You're at 26.67 cents right now. I think you will go to 25.75 cents. You have a chance of going back to 24 cents or even a little bit lower, but I'd like to see you hold above 22 cents. You break below there, we run the risk of going below 20 cents, so don't do that. And I think Mana has found its low. I think it is at its low point, but a little bit lower first. And then we can be in the process of this move that will take us all the way up here. If not, you guys, Mana could really be in some real trouble, but I don't think it is. So with that, I leave you. Absolutely, the one that got me the most excited tonight was Helium HNT. Though I got to say, Zcash looks pretty damn exciting too. Let's compare them. And is that the right high? I think that's the right high. I mean, it's not too much higher. Zcash structurally looks superior. It's not even the same chart, right? Like, absolutely, Zcash looks way... I mean, this kind of has a nice setup, too, to be fair, right now. Actually, it kind of has a nice setup, too. But I think Zcash, where it is comparable to, like, where this was on this month here. It had a lot to go still. Probably not the same percentage growth overall, but I do think that this thing, long story short, it's at $66 and it's at $6.60. Sorry. Yeah, I just, it's not even close, man. HNT Helium, congratulations, Flower Child, you're the winner. Flower Child walking away with another win. Good job. Jordan Bailey, you almost had it. Honorable second place. Absolutely. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.